ice cream. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the doorman just whole team here, might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up, wait till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really is ice cream. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she icy. Freeze.
It's FYF Sports, man. It's Lamont. We are back with another podcast episode. Today is the second day of the play-in games. But as I mentioned in my previous play-in game videos, the game of the year would be tonight. The Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers. Two teams that at the beginning of the year, nobody expected to be in the playoff play-in games. But due to unfortunate circumstances for both teams, whether it be injuries, whether it be trades, whether it be chemistry issues, both of these teams found themselves in this particular situation, playing for their playoff lives. And when I saw this potential matchup, I knew it could be epic. And we saw a number of things in this game. Before we're going to go to the drawing board on this game. We have to break this footage down. We have to go over all the highlights. But I want to point out about a number of things that I saw in this game. I want to point out a number of things that I saw in this particular game. One was the defense. All right, when we playing in an era where a lot of teams will run up the score. We'll see. We've been seeing games in the 140s. 130s, 120s, when we watched the Brooklyn Nets play, when we watched the Washington Wizards play. Today was a great defensive performance from both teams. We saw a great defensive first half from the Golden State Warriors. We saw the great defensive effort from the Los Angeles Lakers in the second half. I mean, defensively, how can you complain? All right, for the most part, a low-scoring game. The final score, 100-103 in favor of the Lakers. That was the first thing that I saw. Second thing that I saw, Steph Curry has proven himself to be one of the all-time greats with a performance like tonight. We're going to go over his stats at the end of the video. Draymond Green, man, you talk about putting on a masterful defensive performance, having to guard one of the best power forwards to ever play the game in Anthony Davis. But it wasn't just his defense on Anthony Davis. This man was all over the court playing defense on everyone, in passing lanes, being able to play the pick and roll, playing in between, getting steals. Came close to getting another triple-double tonight. Man, great performance there. We're seeing great performances all aboard. LeBron James makes one of the biggest clutch shots of the night, man. This game just gave us, this game really answered a lot of questions, especially a lot of questions. I mean, Steph Curry had a lot of hate coming at him this year. He answered a lot of questions this year with this game. Draymond Green, a lot of hate, answered a lot of questions with this game. LeBron James, nobody knew how he would play coming off the sprained ankle. Questionable performances in the fourth quarter in the past, as some people describe it. He comes up big in the fourth quarter tonight. We're going to break that footage down along with Anthony Davis. We're going to go ahead and get to the drawing board. Before we get to the drawing board, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to the video if you haven't done so already. All right, we're going to be dropping these NBA recap videos all throughout the playoffs, especially when we have these epic matchups in the playoffs. Look at that Phoenix-LA matchup. That's going to be epic. Look at the Portland-Denver matchup. We're going to have all types of highlight videos and recap videos and game breakdowns coming to you guys. So make sure you subscribe. Not just subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get all those notifications when we go live or when we drop videos on all of these games. But let's go ahead and get to the drawing board so we can break down the footage of the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers play-in game tonight. And here we have it right here. Warriors, Lakers, man, you guys saw this game, but we're going to break this down What you know how we like to do with our breakdowns. Stop it, start it, talk about what we saw. Talk about some of the things I really like from both teams, especially the Golden State Warriors in this first half. All right. Wiggins is actually showing. Got Drake, Michael B. Jordan at the game. And this play right here. I really, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pause. Now, on this last play right here. On this last, I'm going to give you guys a quick quiz. And I'm not even going to say the quick answer yet. One of the Los Angeles Lakers made a very high IQ defensive move to blow this entire play up. Did you guys pick up who blew this play up, and did you give him credit? I may be the only one that actually said he needs to get credit for that, because if Steph Curry catches that ball, he's probably going to be sending this game into overtime the way he's been shooting. All right, y'all, I'm going to play it one more time for you guys. Are you guys going to be able to catch who blew this play up? Who made the high IQ defensive play to really blow this offensive setup? It was a great set, full of a lot of misdirection. It was a great set, drawn up very well by Steve Kerr. It took a very elite defensive play to break this up. A lot of people would have fell for the bait. Steve Kerr did a good job of putting the bait out there. One player on the court did not fall for it. Let's see. We're going to go through the sequence. Go through the sequence. And we see it right there. Anthony Davis directing traffic on defense. All right. Lakers, I mean, obviously, you know, we all know. Everyone in the building knows Steph Curry's getting the ball. He has two defenders on him right now. All right. AD is playing high. AD is playing high because he knows the only thing that can beat us is a three-pointer. And the only man on the court that's going to shoot this ball with 2 seconds on the clock is Steph Curry. And watch the beautiful switch. Watch the communication and the beautiful switch really to blow this play up. All right, so he chases Jordan Poole out. All right, we got two guys really holding Steph Curry. All right, but Steph Curry's running out on a curl route. All right, while Draymond Green is creating a misdirection. Draymond Green's creating a misdirection, but does AD bite on the misdirection and follow Draymond into the paint? See, Draymond's job was to find a way to bring AD off that three-point line. If AD falls for that bait and chases Draymond Green into the paint, Steph Curry's going to be wide open at the top of the key for a game-tying three. AD makes a great switch and great play on the ball, and they get the steal to end the game. I want y'all to let me know. What do y'all think about that game? What were y'all thoughts? All right, did you guys see a lot of positives out of it? I mean, obviously, you know, I want some realistic takes because I have a lot of people in our comments. There's a lot of people in our comments who have a lot of negative things to say about either Steph Curry, Draymond Green, or just basketball in general in this era. You know, what are y'all thoughts on that game? I thought it was a great game, but we're going to do a quick rundown of the stats and keep some key players, especially that I thought really deserved a shout out for this particular game. For this game right here, for the Warriors, Draymond Green, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. All right, 3 steals, 3 blocks, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. The man almost had a double-double without only scoring 2 points. I mean, his defense, and again, a lot of the things, yeah, if y'all watched this game in the first half early, Draymond Green controlled the game with his defense. Right? It's just hard to sustain that against great players, but he controlled the game to some degree with his defense. Steph Curry, 37 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists on the night. Great game for Steph Curry. I mean, he did everything he could. He didn't shoot terribly on the night. 12 of 23, he shot better than 50% from the field. 6 of 9 from the three-point line, better than 50% from the three. I mean, what more can you ask? When you look at Wiggins, 10 of 18 from the field with 21 points. I mean, the stars shine bright for the Warriors. All right, the stars shine bright, but when you lack that depth on your bench, I mean, their bench is full of the 3 guys that played off the bench are 3 players that you probably don't even know. All right, Juan Toscano-Anderson, we got Mike Mulder, and we got Jordan Poole. These are 3 guys you probably really don't know. All right. When we look at this bench, you got Jordan Bell, you got Nico Mannion, Gary Payton Jr., Eric Pascal. Everybody was thinking all of these guys would be playing in the rotation. No, when in the playoffs, your rotation shortens a lot. All these guys that normally would be playing and maybe getting a few, no, time to shorten the rotation up. And it usually goes down to 8 players. Steve Kerr did a great job with these rotations. But when we switch over to the side with the Lakers, all right, scoring-wise, you know, a lot of people, it looked as if AD was having a slow night. He woke up in that second half. He had 25 and 12. Great night. LeBron James, again, another slow night. But, you know, on a night where LeBron James looked sluggish, looked slow, didn't look like his normal self, the man still drops a triple-double with the most clutch shot in the fourth quarter. 22 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. You know, 10 assists in a game that looked, you know, a triple-double in a game that looked that ugly for LeBron James. You know, imagine if he plays good. What does that stat line look like? All right, Schroeder, 12 points. But you know what? Here's the indicator for Schroeder. This tells you right here that Schroeder is probably on his way to the bench or his playing time is going to significantly drop. The Lakers got the win. The Lakers got the win. Schroeder was a minus 20 on the night. I'm going to say that again. Dennis Schroeder was a minus 20 on the night. Dennis Schroeder was a minus 20 on the night. His defense was atrocious. His effort was atrocious. All right. His willingness to pass the ball was atrocious. He looked more like a ball stopper tonight than a point guard that's actually trying to facilitate for others. He got outplayed by Alex Caruso, who was a +4 on the night. He got outplayed by Wes Matthews, who was a +17 on the night. Wes Matthews with 3 points. You know, but everything that Wes Matthews did, he did a lot of things that wouldn't show up on the scoreboard. Taking charges, getting defensive stops, getting his hand on in passing lanes, getting a lot of deflections. +17 on the night for Wes Matthews, +4 on the night for Caruso. -20 on the night for Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder, you're going to have to figure it out because it's starting to look like Dennis Schroeder is the odd man out. Dennis Schroeder doesn't look like he fits in well with this team. And it's not because he's not getting touches or not scoring. He's getting his shots up. I mean, Dennis Schroeder was 3 of 14 from the field, 1 of 6. 1 of 6 from the three-point line. So let's not act like he wasn't getting his touches. He's just not giving much effort out there. He's just getting cooked every time he touches the ball. I mean, even when you look at a guy like Kyle Kuzma, who struggles to defend on a night-in, night-out basis, he was a +8 on the night. All right, another disappointment for the Lakers. 17 minutes, and I knew his playing time would be minimized in this game because obviously the Warriors are running a small ball lineup, and he's just going to simply struggle to guard these guys in the pick and roll. But Andre Drummond, man, very, very disappointing game for Andre Drummond. Very disappointing game. We look at Andre Drummond, 4 points on the night, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. I mean, in 17 minutes, I mean, it's not bad, but Drummond, you're supposed to be an all-star caliber player. You're supposed to be that number 3 guy on this team that's going to help propel this Laker roster to the NBA Finals. It's not looking like you're looking more like a liability than anything. Same thing with Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell is starting to look extremely disengaged and separate from this team because we know that Vogel demands a high level of attention to defense on the court. If you cannot defend, you will not play. And not playing on this Laker team is a very good indicator that you are struggling mightily on the defensive end of the court. But, you know, but outside of those things about the Lakers, I mean, obviously some of those negative factors that I just spoke on about the Lakers, those are some of the things that they're really going to have to be mindful of when they go into that playoff game against the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, the Phoenix Suns were taking notes. They saw what the Lakers do well. They saw what the Lakers do great. Are you going to be able to stop it? Like, the Phoenix Suns do have the versatility to compete with the Los Angeles Lakers at all levels. So that's going to be a very interesting matchup. Now we're really looking at a lot of interesting matchups with the Dallas Clippers, with Portland, Denver, with LA and Phoenix. We're going to see some really good first-round matchups. And when we talk about the losers, Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors will be playing. Golden State Warriors will be playing the Memphis Grizzlies. Are the Memphis Grizzlies going to be able to get revenge? Are the Memphis Grizzlies, are they going to be able to get that revenge that they're looking for? The Warriors just drubbed them a few weeks ago. Grizzlies are playing much better. They're getting healthier. Valanciunas is becoming a monster. But similar to the situation with Drummond, is Valanciunas going to turn into a liability when they play the Warriors because they're running that small ball lineup with Draymond Green at center? Will Jaren Jackson and Brandon Clark need to step up for that Memphis team? We know Dylan Brooks is stepping up scoring-wise. We know what Ja Morant's going to do. Really going to be looking to Jaren Jackson and Brandon Clark to figure out how, they're going to be the keys to beating the Golden State Warriors. All right, with their ability to stretch the floor and dominate the paint, they're going to have to come up big against the Warriors if they look to beat this particular team. All right, so we still got some good basketball left over. I cannot wait to watch that Memphis Golden State game. We got some Eastern Conference games to look at. Washington, a game where I picked Washington to beat the Boston Celtics. They gave up that one against the Celtics. So we got to see Washington now. They're playing the Pacers. The Pacers did not look like they were playing any games the way they drubbed the Charlotte Hornets. I wanted to do a video on that, but what is there really to talk about? I mean, you just get ran up out the building like that. Your last game of the season, you don't put up a fight. You guys look like you talk about going fishing. It looked like you guys were on hotels.com booking your hotels at halftime, going to Vegas, going to Cabo, all these places. It looked like you guys had plans already made at halftime the way you were playing. You get it completely embarrassed by 30. Completely embarrassed. Not to mention you lose your last 5 games of the season. Hey, a lot of stuff going on in the NBA. But you know what? Again, you guys, blow up those comments. Let me know your thoughts on this game. Do you agree? What are y'all predictions for the Lakers in that first round? When we did our bracket, we predicted the Lakers to be that 7th seed and potentially upset the Phoenix Suns. Well, the Lakers did their due diligence. They got to that 7th seed. Can the Warriors do their due diligence and get out of this game with Memphis? Memphis is not going to make it easy. We're all going to make sure we're tuned in to see that game. Hey, but it's FYF Sports, man. It's been another great NBA reaction video. We got more of these to come. A lot more of these to come. We're going to be doing a lot of game breakdowns. Remember, we look at these games from a more unique perspective. We love to give credit where credit is due. This wasn't really a game where you need to really throw shade at LeBron or AD. We saw a number of challenges. We saw all of the star players really answer those challenges. LeBron and AD showing up in the clutch. Draymond Green and his defense is still alive. Steph Curry is definitely carrying this team, and he looks like the best scorer in the league tonight. I mean, it was just a great game all around. I say it was one of the best games of the year that I've seen, especially defensively. But what do you guys think? Hey, but it's FYF Sports, man. It's been another great video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. All of these platforms. Make sure you're following us. Because when we go live, we drop all of those notifications on social media. I want you guys to start catching those notifications. So we still got a few more weeks of going live on Facebook and Twitch. All right, so we're going to be going live Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Again, all you have to do is actively engage in any of those social media platforms. When we go live, all of your comments come to one central location. So I see all the comments that come through. And, it just makes for great NBA conversations. But we'll be going live tomorrow. We're going to be having those NBA conversations live tomorrow after the games. So make sure you turn your notifications on so you can see when we go live tomorrow evening. But until then, it's FYF Sports. We'll be back with more sports news. But until then, it's FYF Sports. And we out.
Big on the set, what they said, play. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top out, I'm cool on the chick check. Fuck with the kid, know I got to get paid. Big on the set, what they said, play. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top out, I'm cool on the chick check. Fuck with the kid, know I got to get paid. Keep it real with you, I've been in the field in position. Left, ayy, I've been trail, you can tell by how I feel when you with me.
slide for a real one? Can you slide for a real one?
Niggas can't tell me nothing. I'm flexing, stunting. Eating all my veggies in my pocket, half an onion. And that pack smell like a Funyun. Trump be beating, shit be humming. You can hear me round the corner before you ever see me coming. And they know just how we coming. Pants drumming. She gon' bust it open way before I finish thumbing. I can put you on some paper, proper play, and teach you something. Got my stones on Himalaya, know I'm out your sucker ducking. Ain't no need for that discussion, niggas bluffing with the game. About to build a couple million, came with nothing but my name. I'ma twist it, flip it, stick it like a bop it. Tell them stop it, all them haters out of pocket. Let me plug it like a socket, baby. Big on the set, what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top out, I'm cool on the chit chat. Fuck with the kid, know I got to get paid. Big on the set, what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top out, I'm cool on the chit chat. Fuck with the kid, know I got to get paid.
Wave, tell me, can you slide for a real one?
Slide for me, slide for me.
Can you slide for a real one?
Can you slide for me, slide for me?
Can you slide for a real one? Can you slide for Baby, say I make her nervous. Maybe cause I'm real nigga on the surface. Maybe cause I'm 10 down where the turf is. Don't get lost in those facades on the guys. You know ain't nobody perfect. I just put the work in, I know what my worth is. I'm living lavish, I'm flossing, bossing and bagging up cash off the passion. Out here with my niggas, AV to the casket. We reckless, stay in your lane. I'm on gas till somebody cut the brakes. Cutting off these haters in the heads of the snakes. We're spinning the plan, bitch, you catching on late. And she just sent the emoji, said she wetter than a lake. So I better not flake, take a break, say word. Hit me when you through with that shit, then we can shift again. My schedule been clear. These niggas see me, they mad like I'm one of their peers. I put that on Sita, so I'm sure it's abundantly clear. I'm hella big on the set, what I said, shit. Eyes low off the legal in the red wave. Put the leg room in the roof gone. Man, I came a long way from them deals off the Groupon, right?
Big on the set, what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top out, I'm cool on the chit chat. Fuck with the kid, know I got to get paid. Big on the set, what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top out, I'm cool on the chit chat. Fuck with the kid, know I got to get paid.